Hello everyone, welcome. My name is MJ Pestridge. Welcome to another Sim Market review, and today we're having a look at an add-on for prepared version 4, although I'm trying to use it in version 5, called MOSAIC. And basically what this does is replace all the land class look of the textures for a more or less repetitive look. Now I haven't got it installed at the moment. We're just taking off from Paris. And I've got basically just default landscape here down, and we're going to have a look at what it does to replace the visual look of Paris. So we just took off from Charles de Gaulle, which is also in its default state. I've got no add-ons whatsoever. The only thing that I have in my sim is the terrain pack that I've been using for a while, which basically just replaces all these fields and land class textures for a more higher quality, sort of down to 7 centimeters in terms of visual fidelity. So you get a lot more clarity, and also they're PBR ready. So let's have a look at what the MOSAIC pack will do to this area once installed. So as you can see, it does change the layout of the simulator floor. It's called World and MOSAIC version 4, and it's a 3-phase textures technology. It features mosaic and aerial photography textures with new horizon textures. So it's a 3-phase textures technology. There's a near phase, a middle phase, and a wide phase. Now the near phase creates mosaic textures, so you don't get that repetitiveness down below. The middle phase features aerial photo textures to give a more lifelike look, and then the wide phase features horizon textures to fully immerse you in this new ultra sharp mosaic textured world. And it includes textures for city, village, forest, rock, desert, field, with an AME system, which is an anti-mosaic effect by targeted modification of bitmaps with the 3-phase technology. There's also night and window textures, also with AME and photorealistic bitmaps. And what you get is actually a more realistic world than default. Now, it's through this anti-mosaic effect the textures appear no longer like mosaic shaped, despite maximum texture sharpness, and this is achieved by changing the structure of the lower bitmaps with transparent sharp textures. The World of MOSAIC scenery contains an all-included package of new global textures with a new mosaic technique, and the normal resolution for this is 4.9 meters per pixel, and with the application of pixel perfect mosaic series the resolution is doubled. For example, all the roads, paths, buildings calculated and set exactly to the width of 4.7 meters for a more realistic natural look. The sharpness is supported by accurate placement of auto-gen buildings and trees with the help of the program SDK Animator from Microsoft, and it's a perfect fit for the maximum possible 300 buildings and 600 trees per textures which are set, although I have doubled mine in the CFG file, so I get more buildings and more trees everywhere. You get the arrangement is very dense and varied. All types of buildings, such as tall buildings, townhouses, factories, gas stations, churches, are all arranged exactly where they should. Now, I don't have any Orbex global range like land class or global base in my sim. I have a terrain pack that I've put together, and then this. And for me, I think this is okay. This is a decent upgrade. Now, I would say, obviously, this isn't designed for version 5 at all. This is a version 4, P3D version 4 product. So, with EA mode turned on, this is looking very different than probably what it's designed for. I'd probably say as well that the coloring is very light. Probably could be doing with darkening down. But other than that, I think this is a really decent upgrade over the default. It doesn't hit the VRAM that hard, even though these probably textures are not sort of designed for PBR. So therefore, the VRAM's, you know, slightly different. They slide neatly over the horizon. For the remote display, all the textures are provided with specially designed bitmaps. Bitmaps is an anti-aliasing technique for the textures, and it contributes significantly to the improvement of image quality and speed, especially on slower PCs. So let's get up to the height and see what it looks like from up high. So basically what you're going to get for P3D improvements are more beautiful mountain ranges and mountain landscapes, more varied forests, much higher frame rate by smaller bitmap textures, new world textures in the MOSAIC form to include towns, villages, field textures, roads and paths in MOSAIC, houses and land with precise demarcation, fields with sophisticated sharpness grid, more than 2,000 MOSAIC textures for all seasons, over 200 different parks, 70 different parking lots, 500 different shopping centers, 5 different road tunnels, 5,000 different residential blocks, 1,000 different industrial areas, and so much more. So you won't get any repetitiveness, and around the world it does look accurate. New world textures, sophisticated sharpness grid, with forests and meadows with lightning bitmaps, steppes and deserts with reddish becoming bitmapped for the desert climate, mountains and glaciers with lower contrast for the colder climates, over 1,700 sharpness raster textures for all seasons, and again much more. Like, to me, this is actually looking pretty decent over the default from this height. Now, if you don't have any photoreal for an area, like me, I don't have anything for South America or for Asia, this is a decent substitute for it. It's basically an Orbex global range, I think. But it's I think it's more designed for repetitiveness than anything, like to combat that repetitive look. And if we look actually from up high, from the top down version, we can actually see how much repetitiveness it'll get. So as we draw out, famously, this is where repetitiveness starts to sit in. I actually don't see that much repetitiveness. This actually looks a lot better than default and Orbex Global. So this combined with the terrain pack is basically the world that inhabits my sim when I'm not using any photoreal. And as you can see, it works for both the cities, the towns. Things look more scaled naturally as well. And overall, it's a decent add-on, and it does work in version 5. It probably doesn't work 100% as the designer intended. It probably has a lot more needed, you know, to make it work. But for the most part, it's a massive improvement, I can say, over default. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this. This was a quick review of it, basically. There is a lot more to say about it, and the installation of it will go straight into your sim. Make sure that you point the installer to the sim if you're going to be installing this. Otherwise, it will install it into the program's 86x location initially by default, which if you don't have your sim in there, you won't want that. The files, there's over 2,000 of them. They go straight into your simulator. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this, guys. And don't forget, I give away Sim Market vouchers every month. Last Friday of every month, I announce the winner. To be in with a chance, all you have to do is be a subscriber to my channel and leave a comment down below in any of my P3D videos, and I announce the winner during my Rate My Play It Away live vlog on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.